Nestled in the woods just outside of Tampa, you'll find the home and studio of world-renowned artist Lynn Ash, an exceptional man with extraordinary gifts.
When one meets Lynn Ash, you know immediately that you've met a special artist. Lynn's artwork really reads like a fabric. It weaves in and out of meanings and stories, and just his use of color and the eccentricities of how he puts images and things together. You knew you had the right artist when you met Lynn Ash.
When I was growing up, my three dreams that I had was going to Africa, working with animals, and being an artist.
After a brief stint as a staff artist at the Tampa Tribune, Lynn moved on to the job that would help him realize those goals.
I think his dream job was Busch Gardens, where not only did he take care of animals and work with what inspired him to paint, but also then was able to translate that on canvas and make a living doing that.
He really loved working with the animals at Busch. They weren't just animals to him, they were his friends.
I remember early on, he used to ride in a truck with a cheetah when they were out taking care of those animals.
I loved working in the veldt with the larger animals, the Bengal tigers and the gorillas and the rhinos. Yeah, he's a good boy.
I think the animals all knew him by name. He ended up getting in the cage with a gorilla and all kinds of other crazy things that most people wouldn't do. Certainly I wouldn't.
Lynn's experience with the gorillas Hercules and Bagheera would become legend at Busch Gardens. The story began with the tragic death of a very close friend.
Hercules was just a big part of my life, and when he died, it was just like losing a best friend.
Its mate, Bagheera, was just beside herself, and Lynn understood animals enough and was passionate enough to realize she needed company.
So I slept in the next cage to her for 4 nights after that, just to make sure that she knew that she wasn't just totally left by herself.
One of the offspring that is still around in the zoo facilities is named after Lynn. His name is Lash, and it was Bagheera's infant that was born after that incident.
Having an animal named after you is a very big honor. You know, it means that you've had an impact with that animal.
Tenderness and gentleness in this man comes through. It also comes through in his artwork, that all the detail that he puts into his paintings are so realistic.
If he wants to do a sky a certain way, it comes out that way all the time. He has a certain sequence of events that happens, and this magic just comes off of the canvas.
Lynn has a way of doing this double play on things, like he might have a painting of a wood duck, and then when you stand back, it's the state of Florida.
He likes to get people involved in his work. And the wishbone is a wonderful way to get people involved.
I hid this little wishbone in my first painting, and it's been in every painting since.
It was a contest. The employees wanted to be the first ones to discover it, and if they knew, they wouldn't tell anybody.
Some people would spend hours just searching some of these larger paintings trying to find the wishbones.
I always have to look for them just like anybody else. I don't remember where I put them.
If you want to look for them all, you'd better get started. It's in over 1,500 paintings. Lynn painted most of these paintings here in Tampa, where he was born, raised, and currently lives, which is why this Tampa Original's most ambitious project is so important to him.
I met Lynn Ash through Mayor Dick Greco, who came to the public art program and asked if we would consider commissioning Lynn to do a painting with the history of Tampa.
He wants to do something that lives on and that reflects this city, and it has every bit of Tampa's history in it.
Which is really kind of an amazing thing to do for an artist, to bring together a whole city, and especially one as diverse as Tampa is.
Lynn has experienced some difficulties with the painting, including rotator cuff tears that have prevented him from lifting his arms, but he found a way around that.
I turned the board around upside down where the top of the painting was up against my body, and so the whole upper portion of the painting is all painted upside down.
He's just so good at getting what he wants out of the paints. He just figured it out. It's wonderful for the city of Tampa, and it's also wonderful for Lynn to have been able to do that.
He's one of the few people that persisted in pursuing his dreams, and he made them come true.
I think he is probably one of the luckiest people. He's made all the right decisions that have made himself happy, and not a lot of people can do that.
I ran across a small article the other day that was in my high school newsletter. They had asked me what I wanted to do after I graduated from high school, and I said, well, I would either like to work with animals or be an artist. And it just dawned on me that I have spent my whole life doing both, and I've loved every minute of it. I can't imagine it being any better than it's been.
Lynn Ash, a true Florida icon.